like with chat, AI is not helpful. I don't want to say, well, that corner radius does not feel right. Can you make it feel right? I don't see many creative thinking from AI in any form or shape.
But the thing is about designers is that they want to be creative, they want to do this, but then they end up just copying whatever Apple's latest trend is anyway. Like they want this flexibility, but barely anything I see is original.
We didn't copy it because
You always copy Apple. You always do.
we did it for just because of the views.
The views.
Very-
The creativity of an LLM is yet to be seen, and you won't see anything crazy new. And maybe you don't want that though. Do you really want that? Like, is that saving you a lot of time? You know, surely that's your outlet to be creative. You don't want it to be.
Well, if it's not creative, if it's just, outputs average, then it's meh.
That's your opportunity to shine. Then that it puts in the boring stuff. It puts in the fundamentals of like layout and hierarchy and maybe some contrast. And then there's your point to be like, right, now I'm going to be the superhero. I'm going to waltz in, fix this puppy. You know,
The issue is we don't have a lot of editability with LLMs when it's not, code or text. Like with images, we do have some sort of like editability, but we don't have that much of creative control, not yet. And when it comes to design, I would love, to draw something in Figma and then maybe have a style guide, and Figma AI could pick that up and create like a very clean, like a perfect design that is boring. Okay, I'm fine with that. And then me as a human with taste, I come in and add a little bit of like interest to it, so I can make it exciting. Just a little bit of my own magic. But they are not there yet.
You don't want to be writing prompts to say make this border radius 12 pixels or whatever.
No, that's what I've been saying for a long time. I think this chat UI it's something that we have for now, but it won't be forever. Like I don't think it's a good UI. I think we will create more software with like more control, with more UI where we can click things in the directions that we want. We will have a lot more UI, I think.
You and I need to come together, because I think what you're saying, like as a technical person, what you're saying doesn't make sense from an LLM standpoint, but I think I'm too technically minded. I don't know what you're asking.
A lot of times when we talking about design, even if somebody is painting, you see a lot of times you correct yourself. Like you try something, you step back, you look at it, it doesn't look quite right, you paint over it. In Figma, you change things. You have like sliders. Like in Figma, you literally have invisible sliders. When you go to an input field, you drag it and then you see the corner radius, you feel it, right? You see it in the design, and if it feels right, it feels right. Same with colors. Like you put things together and you just vibe with it. You listen to music and you design. AI is just not there to help with like with chat. AI is not helpful because I don't want to say, well, that corner radius does not feel right. Can you make it feel right?
What do you want to do?
I want to have UI. I want to have literal UI controls on the fly. So if I'm asking an LLM to create a component for me, it's a web component, imagine whatever that is. It's a shader, or if it's like a model, right? I want to have some UI control to change some properties. And there are like tons of libraries for that, like TwigPaint, the one for Three.js, it's called Theater.js, where when you're creating a 3D scene with code, it's difficult to go in the code and change, every time the camera position. So what you want to do is to bind that camera position to that UI, so you don't have to change it from the code. You just eyeball it by dragging the sliders around. Same for animation. I get that with a chat interface, I get to a component really, really, really fast. But where it sucks is when I want to make small changes. Maybe the chat is, just the first step, and then the next step is having some sort of UI, and the next ultimate step is just to integrate all that in our neural link.
Get one of your fancy animators to literally animate and previs this whole thing, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Anyway.
This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.